Group 26.
Okay, so you are my recruitee, I see.
Yes, I am.
So we are very interested in having you for the job.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a few kind of options for you to find out kind of what your preferences are and kind of what you want to get out of the job, essentially, as far as benefits and stuff like that. So the first thing I think we should talk about is like your salary versus bonus. So here we have kind of a little bit of a trade-off. You can have a higher salary and get a lower yearly bonus, or you can go for a lower salary, but that will increase more every year. So that's kind of your decision. Preferably, we'd start you out at about 84,000 and give you about maybe like 4 to 8% bonus. So
does that depend on experience, or does that?
Your experience plays into it a little bit, but that'll depend more on like your job assignment. That'll place you more in your job assignment. Your salary, they cover experience. They didn't tell me how much experience you have.
Well, I mean, if I have experience, I figure, so I submitted my resume, so I figure that if I have decent experience, I should start at a higher salary, and as a bonus, I mean, I would be fine with the 8%. That would be perfectly fine.
Okay.
So.
Interesting thing also is that since the bonus is, it kind of adds on, so, I mean, your salary, a higher bonus would build up what you get each year.
Yeah. No, I'm just trying to like correlate the experience with the salary with the bonus.
Right.
So, so that's why I said like 6 to 8% I would be fine with the compromise.
Okay.
As for the job assignment, what would you?
For your actual salary, which does 86,000 sound acceptable to you?
I would actually say 88,000 would be better, just $2,000 more, which would be fine. And then I would compromise and say I wouldn't mind having an 88,000 salary and then like a 6% bonus.
Okay.
So,
would you do like an 86,000 and go for an 8% bonus? Or I could even give you 84 and give you 10%?
Well, I would rather start with 88 because it's something more solid, whereas the percentage might decrease over time. I don't know how you would be able to.
The percent would adjust with inflation.
That's right. That's what I'm trying to avoid. Because like the 88%, I know my salary would be stable throughout the year, whereas my bonus, it could be adjusted, but.
Your salary would not include inflation, so it would actually devalue with time. The bonus is adjusted to fit with the change in prices. So that might be a slightly better option, but
well, I think I'll be fine with the 88,000 and 6 to 8% on bonus. That'd be fine for me.
Okay. Can we go with 86,000 for any other type of bonus?
I would rather not, since I have experience as a background.
Okay.
So,
if your salary is higher, that also affects your insurance coverage as well, because we take it from there. So you would get a slightly lower insurance coverage, but if you're okay with that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay. So would you be okay then with an insurance coverage of maybe plan D or E?
I'd be fine with like a plan C or D, not E, but plan
Okay,
C.
let's go with plan D then.
Okay.
And then we can give you your 88,000 salary,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll stick to a 6% bonus.
Okay.
Okay, so,
Well, actually, yeah, one thing that I wanted to ask was, when would I start and where would I work? Which location? I prefer to work in San Francisco since it's here in the area,
okay,
where it'd be easier for me to travel or not travel,
okay,
but
yeah, to visit
move in.
family or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah, that sounds good. So, your location affects also moving expenses.
Mhm.
So I don't, I'm assuming if San Francisco is fairly close, then moving won't be too expensive, which is good.
I mean, it's not gonna. I live like 10 hours or no, that's not. Because I'm here in LA and I live more south. I live. It's a pretty long drive, and obviously I can't travel by plane because it's
Yeah.
too much of a hassle. So yeah, but I mean, compared to Atlanta, Chicago, or Boston, or New York, that would be way too expensive.
Right,
So,
yeah, because driving across the country.
Mm-hmm. So if I go to San Francisco, I think I could just get the 80%, maybe 90, but probably just 80. I would compromise and do 80% of coverage, just because it would incorporate all the moving things and the truck with my stuff and it's,
Okay. So we'll go with an 80% for that. Now, your starting date, we prefer that you'd start either middle of July or closer to August, but because that will also affect your vacation time. So how does July 15th sound to you?
That's actually a little too late since I graduate. If I'm actually graduating early, so I have a whole 3-month period that I wouldn't be getting any income. Whereas I would prefer to start as soon as possible, like in June, which I see as the closest opening date. And I know you said it's compromised or it's in relation to vacation time. Therefore, I would be willing to start June 1st and just take 20 days of vacation time. So deduct 5 from the highest vacation time we have.
Okay. So probably we'll have to start you in July, but we could give you your salary starting like the week before. If you kind of do the training, I guess, beforehand, which is required anyways. So July 1st is kind of when we have to start you out, but we could give you here's the thing. Okay, we can start you June 15th. Okay, that's more in between. And then could we do either 15 or 20 days of vacation?
Yeah, I'd take 20, just because since I'm starting earlier, I would think that since your official starting date is in July, I would probably use those vacation days at the beginning just to secure.
Okay, this is paid vacation too, so.
Yeah.
So start you out. If you want 20, we're gonna have to start you out at July 1st, but you can take that vacation before and get paid during that time. It's essentially the same thing. Or we can try and get you in starting with the thing is someone else is gonna be, we're gonna have an intern, so it'll overlap a bit, but we could give you slightly less vacation and take your pay from that, since we're sort of splitting it with the intern, and start you on June 15th. So June 15th, and you can get 15 days, or July 1st, and you can get 20 days. So.
Yeah, actually, since he'll be splitting with the intern, maybe my best option would be July 1st, since I would get more vacation days.
Okay.
Therefore, yeah.
Okay.
But, since I'll be starting on July 1st, would it be best, if in exchange I were to get 25 days of vacation time instead of 20?
Typically for new recruits, we give about 3 weeks. So probably we'll have to stick you with 20 days. We might be able to compromise on the bonus, perhaps.
Okay, so if you want to give me 20 days, do you want to give me a higher bonus then?
If I give you, I can give you 15 days at a 10% bonus, or I can give you 20 days at an 8% bonus.
I'll take 20 days at an 8% bonus.
Okay. So I think all we have left really right now is the job assignment. You do have experience but you are new. So normally we start out in our upper letter divisions, so like ABC. So what is kind of your preference there?
Can you say that one more time? You start
Oh,
on
we
A.
usually start out in the groups like A and then progress forward to B, C, blah, blah, blah. As our employees are with the company longer, that also is like a company with higher bonuses and eventually a higher salary.
Division A would be fine since I'm just starting and I don't exactly know everything about the company.
Okay.
So, yeah. I mean, I know that because I'm new, I kind of have to balance out.
Right. Yeah. Okay. A. So one last question, would you be willing to decrease the coverage for moving for a bonus increase?
Well, we agreed on, so right now, just so we're on the same page, we agreed on 80% of moving expenses and an 8% bonus. So, you want me to,
Oh, sorry, I meant, sorry.
That's okay.
Insurance coverage,
Uh-huh.
if you move to a plan E, we can move you up to a 10% bonus, or we can move your moving expense coverage up to 90%.
So you want me to decrease my insurance coverage in order to get a higher bonus, is that what you're saying?
Bonus or moving expense coverage, whichever one. Or, I mean, potentially, I guess we could do both.
Well,
yeah, if you decrease the insurance coverage to plan E, we can move your moving expense coverage to 90% and your bonus to 10%.
I don't know, I usually don't get sick or anything, but I think it would be best if I at least covered by some type of insurance.
Okay.
Unless it'd still be covered, but that since Plan E says that it's zero coverage, I mean, that would mean I have to pay out of pocket if I were to ever go to the doctor, right?
No. Plan E is still a good plan, but it doesn't cover, certain things like contact lenses, little extra braces, things like that. If you have family members, it won't cover everything, but it will cover basic medical care like ER service, checkups, and you still have an option of where you like to have your coverage at, like which practice.
Would I be able, like right now I'm single and I'm not married or have kids, so would I be able to change my insurance coverage over time? Like as in if I were to agree on a plan right now?
Yeah, yes, because in future years, I'm assuming your moving expense will be zero essentially.
Yeah.
Your insurance coverage can move up and not affect your bonus or your salary
Okay.
as you sit with the company though,
And then yeah, I'll be willing to go to Plan E and then increase both my bonus and the expense thing.
Okay, so we have, just to recap, we have a 90% moving coverage.
Okay.
We have a 10% bonus. So in order, we have 10% bonus, a Division A job assignment, 20 days of vacation starting July 1st, 90% moving coverage, E insurance coverage, and 88,000 salary starting in San Francisco.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
That sounds perfect.
Okay.
So you're done.
You fill this out? Yay! Do you have one of these too, or is it just me?
No, just
Okay. So let's see. 10% jobs. Vacation.
I'm actually provided an actual contract.
Yep, you gotta sign it to your new job.
Alright.
I live up by San Fran. It's a great place. A recruiter.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I actually do live up there. It's really foggy all the time though.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Most of my friends live there. That's why I'm gonna be sad during graduation because I won't see them.
Oh. Are you a senior?
Nah, I'm a third year.
Oh, third
But
year.
for some reason, when I made friends, I didn't really ask about years. So then I found out that they're actually graduating. And I don't have that many friends that are like my year. Most of my friends are either second years or most of them are fourth years right now.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like,
Are they your major or are they different majors?
they're similar majors
Okay.
and we're like in the same sports and stuff. So.
Oh my gosh, your signature is beautiful.
I'll
I'll just hide mine now.
no.
That's from just the guy. That's all.
Okay.
I think those were very efficient negotiations.
Yeah, they were. And it makes me wish I was set for my job after I graduated.
It's great, it's a job training.